What up, YouTube? I'm about to be super consistent right now. But now, as for the topic of this video, um, I gotta talk about the Philadelphia 76ers, man, because I've talked about them a lot on my TikTok. If you managed to find my account, I've been talking about my TikTok, also at Danny Nuggets. A follow would be great there too. But the Philadelphia 76ers, the 2025 version of them is just a curious case because wow, this has been a complete disaster class of a season. It has been an unmitigated failure. Honestly, Daryl Morey, you fumbled the bag, man. Joel Embiid's knees are cooked, if y'all didn't know. He has barely played this season. When they do play, they're a slightly better team, but they're only 8-9 when Joel Embiid plays. As for when the big three play, they're like a sub 500 team. At least when Maxey and Embiid play, they're 8-6, but that's a bigger detriment to Paul George, who I think at this point, if not for Bradley Beal, would be having the worst contract in the NBA. And it's funny because a lot of Sixers fans saying that anything is better than Tobias, but my God, bro, Paul George is in the first year of his $200 million contract, and he's not even outperforming Tobias Harris this season, who's having a pretty solid year as a role player for the Detroit Pistons. The mighty have fallen. PG is like a fall from grace from last year. He's only averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on like terrible efficiency, like 42% from the field, like 36% from 3. In his last game before the All-Star break, honestly, he was a dud. And Quentin Grimes, who they just got from the Caleb Martin trade, played better than him, and so did Kelly Oubre. Oubre and Quentin Grimes had the game which PG should be having, because both Quentin and Kelly Oubre dropped 30, while Paul George had a stinker, went 1 for 7, only had 2 points, and they lost to the Nets right before the All Star break. There was no right before the All Star break, and there was no Maxey or Embiid, but that's still an inexcusable loss. The Nets aren't trying to win games right now, and they had some nasty losses. The Raptors game was pretty horrific. And they've been losing games when Embiid plays. Like I said, Embiid's knees cooked. He's not moving the same. He's shooting more jump shots. The defense isn't there, and it's really sad because as a Jokic fan, I actually had fun having these MVP wars with Embiid, and it was like Philly FC and Denver FC, and they would just go back and forth over the MVP, who's the better center. And right now, it's just last year's injury might have been the final nail in the coffin for that dude's knee, and I'm just like really sad about it because he is one of the best players in the world, and honestly, if not for injuries, could have been the one of the best players of all time. I'm being so serious. He at least won an MVP, and there's arguments to be made whether or not he should have deserved that one. Honestly, Nikola and the Nuggets took the ending of the regular season in 2023 unseriously, but it resulted in us winning a chip. As for Joel, the meniscus tear last year, in like the Warriors game was just like the final nail in the coffin, and then he played in the Knicks series. He did not need to play there, did not need to play in the Olympics, and now he can't play back to backs. He could barely play. The knee inflames and swells up, and he has been mid by his standards too. I mean, 24, 8, and 5 is cool numbers, but efficiency wise as a center, he's not the same player. And defensively, he doesn't get back on transition and whatnot, and the drop coverage defense isn't there, which is a shame because he is one of the better defensive players when he's locked in. The only bright spot so far for this team was Jared McCain, and then their rookie, that was going to be the rookie of the year, by the way. Jared McCain was going to be rookie of the year and run away with it. And then he tears his meniscus, and he actually does the surgery the right way, so at least he'll be okay. Paul George, unmitigated disaster. The role players, Andre Drummond, meh. Caleb Martin, meh. He got traded, so it shows you how they feel about him. He was out in and out of the lineup, and he wasn't providing the same impact that he did with the Heat. Kyle Lowry's too old. What's his face? Eric Gordon can hit a couple threes, but defensively he's kind of older too. Kelly Oubre had a rough start to the year, but he's been playing much better ball recently. Garshawn Yabusele has been like one of the bright spots for this team, and I thought he might have get traded. So for them to get like another piece or something, or they may not even be able to afford him next year. Yabusele, Garshawn has been really good. Kelly's been cool. Tyrese was kind of stinky to start the year too, but considering the circumstances, he also started the year hurt, and too many dudes have been in and out of the lineup. But over the past like 2 months, January and this month, he's been hooping like crazy, averaging 29 points, somewhere around there, and 7 assists on like really good efficiency. So Tyrese Maxey has been playing good ball. He's honestly one of the best number twos in the league. If only Embiid was healthy and his knees weren't cooked. At this point, they're 20 and 34, 5 game losing streak, just outside the play-in. But it's like, bro, you got to make a decision. And at this point, they're kind of cooked. They're gonna end up having to fight to get into the play-in at this point. So this season could be salvaged. Cause I would shut down Embiid for his sake, but like they're not gonna get their pick, man. They won too many games. And it's annoying too because as a Nuggets fan, like, bro, OKC can't keep getting away with this, bro. Like Sam Presti's a team building demon. The OKC will get their pick if it's not top, it's top six protected, which means if the Sixers don't start tanking soon and increasing their draft odds, then that pick is gonna end up in Oklahoma City's hands, and they're gonna have another top seven, top eight lottery pick for no reason, while they had the best record in the West. It's stuff like this that it's irritating how one team's failures can affect the whole league. But I digress. I feel bad for Embiid fans because truthfully, that dude is one of the best players and he could have been one of the best ever. But injury has really ruined him. And yeah, this is just a curious case of the Philadelphia 76ers, man. A decision needs to be made, and at this point, I think they just have to wash their hands away from this, and I would chop the season and see if they can get that pick back, because at least get something. Like there's an off chance they could get Cooper Flag if they decide to tank now and shut down Embiid, but that's just me. I don't think they're gonna do it. They're probably gonna fight for that playing spot and then get waxed by Cleveland round one, and it'll be basically for nothing. That's basically it for me, man. Comment down below your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the Sixers? What do you think they should do? How do you feel about Embiid? How do you feel about Paul George? Let me know that good stuff down below. Like and follow is appreciated. Be on the lookout for more content. And as always, have a good one, guys. Peace.